About 1 kg organic rice when we were feeding 6 people, and say 1 kg organic rice. So how much would that cost today in the market?
75.
80 and
100, probably.
80 and
Say 100, let's say. So today's cost is 100 rupees. What was the cost 10 years back? Something less.
There was only organic rice. There was only organic rice that time. So
10 years back?
no.
100 means?
Okay, so the cost of, even if we say, suppose we are only considering organic rice, so say 50 years back, 100 years back, would the cost be 100 rupees a kg, or would it be something?
It would be the more the past, the more cheaper.
So the cost
money was
is
also less, no?
Yes.
Money was also different at that
whatever
time.
the thing. The point is, the cost is not a constant thing.
Yeah, because demand is also not constant, no? Demand
And
increases.
just wait a second. The cost of rice is not the thing with which we can determine our systems. We are making our systems on basis of cost prices of things, not on values of things. And that those values are universal things and are constant things. Our whole exchange system, our whole utilization systems are now based on the market system, which deals in costs. This is where the money gets distorted, because there is no stability there, there is no reality there. It's only abstraction, and so whoever has the power can manipulate that. So that's why somebody was saying somebody works for 16 hours a day and doesn't get 300 rupees, and one can work for 1 hour a day and earn 3,000 rupees. Right? So these, because we are not looking at values in the nature. Anyway, we'll cover this when the topic comes, but value and cost, these are two different things that the young people, I was saying for them to note. Value is one thing, cost is different. Cost is circumstantial, value is universal.
Why are we young?
Huh? Because I think everybody is young in this room. There are many more topics we all can discuss, but then we will not have time for what I have to share, and I also want to share something to you. I'm sure you also want to listen to that, right?
Yes.
So we'll start with that now. How much time do we have? Half an hour. Okay. So let's start with the initial thing. Let's go over with that first.
Until you said it, is there
Yeah,
anyone
record.
is there anyone who would not like to appear in the video? You wouldn't? Okay. What about if you were speaking? Would you be comfortable if your voice gets recorded? Anyone else? Huh?
No, she's giving thumbs up.
As in, you wouldn't want to be?
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
So is it an enthusiastic yes?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the introduction to Jeevan Vidya. It takes about 7-8 days, and so you come for a 8-day workshop, and look at it as a trailer to the full movie of Jeevan. So we'll just be giving you a trailer. So if you want to watch the full movie, that requires a lot more time. It requires a lot more engagement, but the introduction has also got some value. When the last day, the last session of the last day will be your how you feedback in the terms of, or your how you felt in this workshop, whether you had found some value in it or not, or those kind of things. Was it useful for you? Okay. So you must be wondering the word Jeevan Vidya. You must be guessing in translated for life, education, something like that, right? So I'll start with that. What is Jeevan Vidya?
Can you be louder?
It's on the philosophy versus learning. I mentioned that earlier. A new philosophy is original profounder Sri Nagaji, who used to live in our country in second half of his life. He was born in 1920 and he died in 2016. So this is where it has come from. Oh, okay. Jeevan Vidya is a proposal. What do we mean by proposal is that it is something which is being offered unconditionally. I mean, the condition is not that we want you to agree to it. It is not that you have to accept it. We have formed a certain kind of a relationship in this group now, and whether you accept it or not accept it, this will not change. So you don't have to agree to it. And I will not try to make you agree to it. Okay. I'll be sharing it with best of my abilities. And my only expectation of you is that you listen or you hear me out properly. Okay. Fully. Hearing me out fully. What I'm saying, you try to catch what I'm saying. And rest will happen on its own. What is that rest that will happen? If it makes sense to you, you will agree to it. And if it doesn't make sense to you, you won't agree to it. So, if it makes sense to you, the agreement will come naturally, so I don't have to work for that. And if it doesn't make sense to you, you might ask a clarification, and I will respond to that to the best of my abilities. And still it doesn't make sense to you, you don't have to agree to it. That's fine. Okay. So let's do this in a very relaxed way. I will not be convincing you about anything. Okay. I'll just be sharing you how I see things, how I felt about these things, and if you find any value in them, you will definitely accept those. You will definitely agree. That is the process. So that's why this is a proposal. It is unconditional. There is no condition attached to it that you come here, therefore you have to agree. So it's a proposal for conscious transformation. So we have a certain level of awareness, consciousness right now, and humans, when I say we, I mean the humankind. And whatever the level of consciousness or awareness that we have, that is what is our basis for whatever we are living today. And whatever we are living, it is having an impact on nature as well as on humans. Right? And I will be talking later on about what is that impact that is taking place. So, but in short, right now, the impact of human beings on this planet is detrimental. And when I say the impact on planet, that means the impact on the ecological systems as well as the humankind. We are the biggest danger to ourselves. Right? In the whatever we are doing. So here the proposal is that our level of awareness, if it is changed, it is taken to a higher level through educational process, through knowledge. Then we start living in harmony with nature as well as human beings. Human beings, as we go forward, will see are units of knowledge order, which basically indicates that with knowledge we are orderly. We align ourselves in form of harmony with everything around us. But without knowledge, we are disorderly. We are exploitative. We are manipulative. So, awareness is a function of knowledge. When knowledge comes through education, so therefore the proposal is that conscious transformation through value-based education. An example of one value I gave you, the value of 1 kg of rice is the nutritional value. So So there is value of rice, there is value of forest, there is value of minerals, there is value of animals, there is value of human beings. And we'll be going into a lot of details of the values in human beings, in human families, in human relationships, in human society. So we'll be studying that. So by understanding those values, our level of consciousness goes up, our level of awareness goes up, and then we through self-motivation we start living in harmony. There is no need for external imposition of any power. Right now, how humans have tried to align each other is by using external influences, whether of fear or greed or faith. These are the three techniques that we have tried historically for controlling the behavior or the conduct of the human beings. These are three techniques which are externally imposed. Like a lot of you are from unschooling, so in the schools, the problem which a lot of us see is that there's a lot of fear and greed which is used. The carrot and stick tool is used for motivating children. It never motivates them. Right? So things like that. So there is no external motivations for human beings. The motivation has to come from within. And it comes from within through knowledge, through when the level of awareness increases, not before that. What it is not a sect or a community. So you're not expected to do any sorts of rituals. You're not expected to wear any sorts of clothes or symbols. You will not be asked to chant anything. And nothing of that sort. It's just for listening and for understanding. If it makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. Okay? So it is not based on any prevalent religion, spiritual school, philosophy or ideology. What this means is, to understand this Jeevan Vidya, you don't need to understand anything before this. You don't need. You can understand it on its own right? You'll find a lot of things similar to other philosophies, schools of thought. You'll find some differences also. But you don't need to have studied anything else to study this. But if you have studied something else, then it's not going to be a barrier to you. It is not meant for making money or influencing people. So this workshop like this one, there is no money involved in this except for the food that you eat and the stay you have, which is these workshops are organized in the manner that I conduct the workshop, but it is hosted by Sambhaavnaa Institute. Sambhaavnaa Institute is providing us the infrastructure, and they are charging for the stay and the facilities that they are providing, right? Food and the facilities they are providing. I and my family come here with our own expense. We stay here, and we do this as a gift for the society. So there's no money involved. Anywhere, not only me, anybody who's doing Jeevan Vidya, they do it with the same spirit. So there is no money involved. So about what it is and what it is not, any questions or clarification? So one question would be, why is it needed? Why do we need it? Right? So for that, some background is needed. So for that, let me define education. That's why we started with the first discussion that we had, or sharing we had, was on education. So this is the definition which is taken in the academic world or in the universities and places. Education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits, enabling the learner to become useful contributor in the larger society. So, education is the main theme of this workshop. We are taking the theme as education this time, so we are starting with education. And this is the goal of education. So that the learner becomes a useful component of the larger society. Now, how is the society useful on the planet? That also the learner has to learn. Right? So, humans have the ability to determine their own conduct, their individual conduct as well as the collective conduct. We are, like all of us, decide how we are going to conduct ourselves as individuals also and collective also. So as a society also we have to determine what direction we want to go in. But right now though it seems so far off, but when we study this we'll see maybe there is some process. Education is a process by which one generation passes its learnings to the next generation, which nurtures the human tradition, thus helping humankind to evolve. That is also another aspect of education. In today's context of ecological and social damage caused by human action, educators need to relook at the goals and content of education to bring about ecological and social balance. Does this goal sound okay? I consider all parents to be educators, all individuals to be educators after certain age. So we all are educators, right? We all are learners also and educators also. Because people can learn from us. So do we need the social and ecological balance? That is what is the goal of this process. Whatever we are going to do in Jeevan Vidya, it is for the social and ecological balance. Or in other words, I would say is harmony in human-human relationships and harmony in human-nature relationships. That's the goal of this. Why is Jeevan Vidya? Jeevan Vidya is proposing that we need to have harmony in human-human relationships and human-nature relationships. Ecological as well as social balance or harmony. So, is it okay, this goal? Anybody has objection or clarification? Sounds okay? Yeah.
Regarding the first point,
Yeah.
is that a conventional definition or what you are saying?
Conventional.
Because
We start with what is known, then we'll bring in the Jeevan Vidya perspective. This is the background. So Jeevan Vidya, which is the study of human beings and nurturing of humanness in human beings. This study helps the learner align with the goals of harmonious society and a balanced and thriving ecological system. So what we are also saying is, what we need to study is the human being. Here in Jeevan Vidya we are saying that human beings have not been understood properly. And that is our basic problem. And this is the lack because of which we are facing problems. And like for example, any entity in the nature has its own uniqueness. Right? So a cow has a cowness, an elephant has an elephantness. Therefore, humans also have something called humanness. And we will not be able to realize humanness till the time we have understood what human beings are. Whatever school of thought you go to, in the end, humans are considered to be a more developed form of an animal. Any definition of human beings will come up with will have that, say we are a social animal or something of that sort. Here we are not putting humans with the animals. Animals are a very well organized, orderly thing in nature. Humans are a different category of entities in nature, and we'll discuss that. So, the indicator of humans have studied humans is the evidence of humanness in their conduct. In absence of humanness, or in other words, different word for it could be humanity. Absence of humanness or humanity in humans is absence of study of humans. The causality we are saying why we are living in exploitative, manipulative environments is because we have not been able to study humans, and therefore the humanity or the humanness is absent in our conduct. Any questions, clarifications?
You say we have failed to study human being. So why are you saying we have? Like, who is this we?
Humankind. We the humankind have failed.
Yeah. Why are we clubbing it as a we? And saying, how can it be like a group studying it? Like,
So-
I mean to say, how do one could phrase it as I have not studied myself,
Yeah.
which is something I can relate to. But when you are phrasing it as we have not studied the humankind, I mean, I'm asking why
Yeah,
you
yeah.
phrased it.
Very reasonable question. Yeah. So, see, impact of on the planet Earth of humankind is right now detrimental, and that is not an impact of one individual, two individuals. It is net impact of all our actions, and that net impact is detrimental. So, whether I understand or not understand right now, but as a collective, our conduct is resulting in the damage of the social balance as well as the ecological balance, which I conclude as that as a collective, we don't have the awareness of humanness. We are not in alignment with our humanness, and therefore we are not in alignment with nature or the society. Because our collective impact is negative. We are part of it. We can't be, suppose somebody is a realized person and living in a very perfect harmony, but that island of harmony will not have much impact on this planet till the time it propagates and percolates into the whole humankind. So this is not available in the prevalent systems. This knowledge of humans, this knowledge of humanness is absent in our systems. It is not there in our education system. It is not there in the collective conducts. It is not there in our constitutions. It is not there in our whatever systems that we have created, the economic system, the health system, things like that. These are all functioning in absence of humans. So we are playing part, our part, we are contributing in this. And this problem will not go away till the time the impact of the collective, the net impact of the collective is in the positive.
So in other words, you are trying to say that till the point, the net impact is greater than zero. The proof that we have understood human being does not exist.
That is
Individual or a group of individuals or set of individuals who are, they might have understood it, but as of now, as a whole, that's
another point I have to make that in response to the first one. The second is the impact the negative impact, its scale, its quality of negativity or the damage is increasing, not diminishing. So if there is some learnings about humans and humankind and humanity or humanness, it is not spreading. Humans can't exist alone and as individuals within the human society, and even in nature we cannot be alone. We need animals, we need plants, we need minerals. Without that we cannot. So our existence is in togetherness.
So if you take this argument,
Yeah.
let's take 200 years back,
Yeah.
the net impact of all human beings was not negative, was not detrimental.
It was.
It will.
It was less than today, but it
Because-
was negative.
No, again, it's like not that okay, whatever we are seeing, the ecological balance and all, it's not, you're not causing that kind of ecological balance, say 500 years ago.
Not the kind which we see today, but our nature of our abilities to live with each other. And
Social balance, I can understand.
Our abilities to live with human and human nature was similar as to what it is today. The only difference is the change in technology. At that time, the damage that we were doing initially when we were there, say in the tribal age or in the stone age or something like that. At that time, the damage that we did, the rate of damage was much less than the rate of growth of the ecological system. So the net result was not negative. But we developed technology slowly. And then we came to a stage where the net result of the damage was more than the rate of repair and maintenance in nature. Right? So what is changing is not our attitude. It is qualitatively the same. We have not been able to live with each other, we have not been able to live with nature. That is what we are saying. Yes. Louder.
Yeah, so as I said, if I look back into the history, and as you said, so the effect of human beings on planet was always detrimental. So, what was that time when it was before that time it was not detrimental, and after that it was detrimental? So, I think that the time when human beings became a dominant species on planet Earth, that might be a time when we become detrimental to the planet Earth. So, hypothetically, would it not be easier to, like, human beings not being the dominant species of planet Earth, rather than like educating all human beings and have a collective awareness? Yes, also it's easier.
No. What is the proposal?
So, when we were not dominant species, we were not detrimental to planet.
So that is the proposal here.
No, that proposal is
When you become harmonious, then you are not dominant. How can harmony and dominance exist together?
will still be dominant.
Right? If we are in harmony, how will you be dominant? Will we be more than in numbers than other species? No.
We are still not the highest in numbers, but we are.
Our problem is the damage that we are facing. That is the problem. No. So if we stop the damage, then what is the dominance about? Hmm? Yeah.
Dominance in terms of effect on everything else.
So dominance basically means the balance is missing. One is overpowering the other. So we humans are right now overpowering everything. And because we lack knowledge, whatever we are doing is resulting in loss of balance.
I understand.
Yes.
So I thought about this a lot. We always say we have to save planet, we have to save Earth. So I was just wondering, who are we to save Earth? Like Earth is and nature are so powerful.
Yeah.
They can destroy human beings like this only. But it won't be a saving human beings. Rather than we should like. I have this question. Narrative has to be changed. We are destroying our own species. So we need to save our own species rather than saving the nature, and because it is mighty. We are nothing in front of nature. We saw it in COVID. A little virus can do so much of restriction to our activities, and it was not that harmful, but it shook us. So the narrative, ma'am, I'm asking you, why can't we change the narrative, like saving the nature, saving the climate, saving the ecology, because they are mighty. There's nothing in front of them. We are saving our own species.
That I'm not using the language here.
A bit damaging it, but that
Are we damaging the balance in nature?
we are damaging, but it is the nature is still now able to bear that imbalance, and the moment it is like it shows in different ways.
Like for example, the climate change, is it taking place or not?
It is taking place, but I think nature can bear that, and it is up to nature. Nature is deciding what has to happen. It will wash away the human species the moment nature would think कि
Does nature think? Does nature decide?
I don't know. But
These are questions we'll consider. When the topic comes in the sequence, we'll talk about this.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
So we are saying that humans have been very destructive from the beginning. But only that.
Yeah, that's my observation.
Okay. So basically humans are destructive and we have to learn humanity.
Yes. We are the only species on this planet which have the ability to determine their own conduct. No other species can determine its own conduct. A cow, by its inherent nature, by its biology, will always behave like a cow, conduct itself like a cow. An elephant will always conduct itself like a snake. A snake will always conduct itself like a snake. Humans, we don't know when they behave like a cow, elephant, or a snake. We don't know our own identity, therefore we try to imitate other things. And for that we need knowledge. Till the time we discover our role in this nature, where we find our identity in this whole universe, we will not be able to live in harmony. That is what we say.
One quick question.
Yes.
I thought it might sound silly, but I thought maybe I'll just ask it just in case. All the animals on the, say the cow has inherent nature to act like a cow. What happened to our inherent nature to act like a human, or is it not lost somewhere?
So this nature within us, where we are able to determine our own conduct, there must be some utility in the whole scheme of things. So when we study the whole scheme of things, we'll come to that.
So we just haven't found it yet.
We have not discovered, it doesn't seem to be known right now. One doesn't come across it.
So on the COVID thing, I was looking if nature has a check balance, like whenever a species goes out of control or out of like threshold number, nature has some kind of mechanism to check that number. But we human beings have kind of figured out ways to bypass that check. Like for example, I know it's a very bad system, but maybe COVID was supposed to take our numbers, but then we invented vaccine. Like there were a lot of things.
Did we make the vaccine to protect you? I mean, that's being highly debated right now.
So
Let him come. The process we'll follow here is you will talk to me one by one. No talk between each other during the sessions. Otherwise, you will never be able to complete the.
COVID,
Please not finish.
COVID is just an example, but there's multiple other things. And like weather and all these things, so we have figured out ways to control that. Now, basically my question is, will this help, like after this, if hypothetically we do this, like everyone has a conscious awareness about their human risk, will we not be dominant species, like will we relinquish our like control of things, like for example if there is a virus that's happening or there is some kind of flood, which I think can be a check mechanism by nature, will we stop like figuring out ways to like prevent those things against us? So can these things happen?
See, in nature, when, for example, you said floods. When there are floods, and animals also do something to survive. So you keep doing things to survive without damaging the harmony of the nature. Our doing will not stop. It will just follow the principle of harmony. Right now, since we don't understand the harmony in nature, we have our own made-up principles. Like a big fish will eat a small fish. Survival of the fittest. There are a lot of such principles which are floating in the narrative, which justifies our exploitative actions. So our exploitative actions will go away, but we will protect ourselves, we will protect what we think is important. We will do, but this will be according to the principles of nature, of the ecological balance. And the human society's balance.
So for example, agriculture is also, I think, very to nature.
If we don't follow the principles, we can also follow the principles of nature and grow our food.
Yeah, but then
Have you heard of food forests?
that is also, I think, in a way manipulating some things to increase our.
Doing something in nature, we have the ability to do, we can do. We don't just have to make sure we do not damage the systems.
Yeah, my point is, even if we follow that, we'll be increasing our resource. If we increase our resource, there will be more humans. So we are kind of.
We can't be infinite number of humans on a planet, on a finite planet. The planet can sustain only a certain number of humans. That is determined by the natural ecological balance. Right now, this narrative we are overpopulated is not coming from there. It is rooted in something else. We are not yet past that limit, because you can never pass that limit. If the planet cannot support, how will you survive those numbers? Because our rate of growth is still increasing. Therefore, the planet is sustaining that. Our problem is not in our numbers, the problem is in our conduct. If we were in alignment with nature, we were alignment with natural order, then whether it is one person or 1,000 people or billion people, that's not a problem. The problem is our conduct.
But then going back to the definition of dominance, so like, I don't know, but I don't think there is any other species apart from human beings which is increasing linearly from time zero. We human beings are just like our numbers.
Time zero?
Like, we are just increasing linearly, right? The total number of humans on Earth, it's like ever increasing. It's not constant. It's not.
That is a stage for any species that when it is initiated on a planet by the natural processes, its numbers will increase till it reaches its maximum number.
But is it happening for any other species?
It has happened for other species also. How else do you think the species emerged? When a species emerges, then its numbers, like for example, the primates must have emerged at one point of time. At some 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 locations maybe. From that, few primates, lot of primates came over.
So
That will always happen. It's not that say 1 lakh primates were just emerged once and that number is constant. That will never happen.
So you're saying that we are very recent species?
Yeah, we are recent species. Yeah, we are the last species of the evolution. Now, what we are proposing here is the next step of evolution is conscious evolution. Now the biological evolution has reached its pinnacle, and what we have to, and we have consciousness, and we have the ability to change our consciousness. So we need to evolve. We'll consider that. But now it's 6 o'clock, time for a break. At 8 o'clock we'll meet again for the story of stuff. Okay?